I shall have to go to Italy. You know, that's where my sister and brother-in-law met. They met in Italy on holiday.
Yeah, right. I
Yeah.
remember you said that. You
hmm
see? Very much romantic and amour. Yeah.
Very much romantic. They did go on a date. I think that's where their first date was. You know,
Mm.
it was in Italia. Mm.
Oh, beautiful. We are
Uh,
live, I believe. Look at that now.
are
Woohoo.
we? Are we?
Yeah.
You. Hello and welcome to
We
That Beautiful Life podcast. This is episode 354. I'm guessing it's 354. I don't even know what the episode number is. Am I correct?
you say 254 in my show notes that I made before. It's 255, but
I I had 350. Oh, you know what? Let me look at the edit, and
yeah.
it's 254. Yeah, that's what I have. Maybe it's 255, and I just haven't updated a few of them in the past. But you guys know
Uh,
sometimes I do be getting some
I
things wrong.
think that's the case, but I mean, you can go also. That's where we have it in our Google stuff, so we can check that later.
We can check it
But
later.
we're here, yeah.
We are here. We're live. We are live and alive.
Both actually. That's a good
Zoom
sign.
Z podcast. I'm seeing messages on my phone. Someone called me. Who the
And
hell was calling
actually,
me?
bro, it's
Oh, that was
I don't
you.
know in the UK, but here in Sweden, it's a special day today because it's the Valpurgis Eve, which is
Valpurgis
actually
Eve.
yeah,
Ooh.
Valpurgis Eve. It's a kind of I almost saying hedonic celebration. It goes very far back. I think it's in the 1400th century. Yes, since 1400th century. It's the day of the German saint Sancta Walpurgis.
Mm.
It's a day, yeah, well, the memory of Sancta Walpurgis. And what people do, at least here in Sweden, we have big fires. We put together a lot of stuff and make big fires, and people are, gathering and everything and singing, and it's stuff like that going on. Which also means that tomorrow, at least here, it's going to be a red day in the calendar. So it's like
Ooh.
a day off. Yeah.
You looking forward to it? Looking forward to your red day.
Yeah. It's never wrong with a red day in the calendar.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with a red day. Indeed, indeed, indeed.
But this is nothing you guys have as
Nah.
far as you know?
Nah, not as far as I know. I know I've got. It's been a normal day. It's been a normal day today. It's gonna be a normal day
Yeah.
tomorrow. It's a day. I'm just gonna have to live it and survive and breathe air, go out there and do out there things, and yeah, it's just a thing,
Or you could spontaneously just write in the calendar red day due to Sankt Walpurgis day before the day before. You can start a new tradition over there.
Maybe I can. I'm
Just
not.
a small tip. Yeah.
I think if I were to start any traditions, it would be about waifus. But yeah, maybe I could consider
Okay,
it.
you can call it. I mean, it's not for Walpurgi, waifu, Walpurgi. You can have what the saint waifu day.
No, that sounds like my style. That definitely sounds like my kind of style, my kind of thing.
Coming up with something,
Probably not.
worthy. Yeah,
Probably not.
or not.
But starting with the episode today, I just want to start with a complaint.
Oh,
All right. A complaint. My complaint is I came back home with the expectation that I started watching something in Poland on Netflix. And as you know how it works with these streaming services,
no.
it doesn't play in the UK. And UK Netflix, it's not there.
Region locked stuff.
Region
or-
lock and stuff. So the show I was watching that I wanted to talk about this week, because I started in Poland, I couldn't finish watching it because, well,
Ugh,
region locks.
that is so typical and also stupid.
So stupid. Absolutely
How
stupid.
long is it gonna be like this, like forever and ever? Probably,
Nah,
but
it's just gonna take one serious sort of like legislation or someone has to just come in and say, hey, I've got the solution to the problem, because the solution to the problem is the same thing that they did with like Spotify and iTunes and all this sort of stuff. You make all these services, your Amazon Primes, your Netflix, your Disney Plus. If all of them just carried the exact same stuff, right? All of his license, Netflix is gonna get their money for the stuff that they make. All right. Every time someone streams it on Amazon, they'll get paid for it. Disney Plus will get the money from the stuff that they make and so forth. And everyone just gets their money for the stuff that they make, and they just license it out to each other, right? And then everyone can watch everything on whichever platform that they choose. It shouldn't matter the platform. It should matter what you're streaming. Just like with music, if you're gonna stream that that movie, you're gonna make money for that platform holder instead of it being we all need to subscribe to 3, 4, 5, 6 different platforms because I'm telling you, man, piracy is gonna be strong. Like I am not. I'm just like, look, I'm happy to return to the life of the high seas because it's hard to be a what do you call it, like a proper streamer person in this day and age because of the cost is getting too high. It's already too high as it is. It's
the
like,
lawful way, so to say. It's a bit taxing on the
it's horrible.
But
It's
also,
horrible.
but also, as you described, more the fact. I mean, sure, you can afford 1 or 2 streaming services at least most of the time, but the problem is exactly what you just described. Because I've also experienced that kind of region lock bullshit, and it's just so annoying.
It
And of
is.
course, I did exactly what you said. I looked for other ways to watch it, and yeah, well, there you go.
That's
So
how you end up doing it. I think as well for me, like it's just like this week, I met with my brother and sister. We had a really nice dinner. We went out, just the three of us, and we had some stuff we wanted to discuss with each other. We do these sort of things every now and then, like sibling. We call it a sibling lime.
that's good.
So it's just a get together with us, and we chat and catch up on things and blah blah blah. And we were catching up. And my brother's like, "Oh, cute! There's this series you gotta see, man. It's so good. It's called Mobland, blah blah blah." I was like, "Really? Yeah, I'll have to check it out." Then it sounds Mobland. It's really good. You're gonna have to check it. I haven't seen it yet, but from what my brother says, it's really good, right? And I'm like, "Okay, cool. So what's it on?" He's like, "Well, it's on Paramount." Okay, and Paramount, you have to get Paramount through Prime. So you have to subscribe to Prime and then subscribe to Paramount. Now I'm already subscribed to Prime, but Paramount is another £4 something on top of it. And I'm just like, do I need to pay? Like, I don't want another subscription.
No,
so
you don't. No.
But but I feel it's a good show and I want to see it. And then sometimes you see a show like nowadays there's a lot of the people I follow on, like, for example, like Instagram and so forth, like some of the accounts, it's like movie accounts, so they put like clips from films, and sometimes you see a clip from a film and you're like, ooh, that looks like a good film, let me go check that film out, and you search through the platform and it's on like I don't know, like Apple Movie or Apple TV or something, and like, I don't have that. It's like on this other thing. I don't have that. So
I know it's really frustrating. There was a window opening up. I think I mentioned that maybe last time recently because Adam went back, or he started to pay for Disney Plus a bit again. So we're sharing, so we can see. I'm going to talk about other series I'm watching there later on, which is both Andor, for example, and the new Daredevil series. Well, the new Daredevil season, which is good. So, that gave us an opportunity. But as you said, I mean, it becomes too much. It's too much money also, especially when you try to keep down the costs as a whole, That doesn't work. It doesn't work.
People have been finding some creative ways. I've spoken to a few friends who have found some, and family who have found some creative ways to get access to everything that they want. I personally have not, but I'm being
okay. I'm not
gonna go in details here on the podcast.
No, exactly.
I'll tell you off air, Rog. Don't worry. But I'm starting to feel very swayed because I'm happy to pay for the stuff that I like. I'm happy to support the filmmakers, the movie producers, the whatever have you, and so forth. I'm happy to support it. But it has to be at a realistic cost, because if it is that a significant portion of my entertainment is I'm spending £10 here, £10 there, £10. It adds up by the end of the day, and especially with everything being as expensive as it is in modern day living. It's not worth it. No, it's honestly not worth it.
It's not doable. No, I totally agree with you. It gets pretty expensive fast. Especially also, hi, by the way, Alex, hope you're fine.
Hey.
Yeah, there have been some things that you want to watch on Hulu or Apple TV, but not doing it. Yeah, Netflix keeps on charging more over the years. True.
Yeah, it's going up.
That is also, that's also a thing. I think, I think this is a bit like other things that you pay for. Once in a while, you have to go through and see, are we really using this? How much are we using this? Are there series right now that we're not even watching on, let's say, Netflix? Let's keep Netflix. Let's keep Amazon Prime. You know, things like that. It's like the same I've been doing with Xbox Game Pass. I go
I
in
did
and
that
out
too.
of it. Yeah, you know, because you know how it is, right? So maybe we need to be a bit more active with those kind of things as well.
Yeah,
But
especially sometimes too as well. There's always only sometimes you have a platform and there's only like one show you're watching on that platform, and
right.
then the season finishes and you've got nothing else there. You're just like you've just got that platform. There's one show you were watching, and it's
Yeah.
done. You know, and
Right.
then you don't watch it for the whole year, the rest of the year, and then the new season starts and you want to watch it again because this new season starts. It would just be nice if there was just get rid of all these platforms, your Netflix, your Hulu's, your all this, just stream. You know, have like you can have 4 or 5 different stream platforms, and you choose which one has the best features. You know, not which one has all the shows, which one has the best features. Because, like for example, I have say for example a Pixel phone, a Google Pixel, right? On my phone, I have Google Music and Spotify, right? Now I find Google Music's features are terrible. I don't like how the layout is, the features and so forth. But I also had an iPhone and I've got, you know, for example, like Apple iTunes and so forth. I actually do like how their features are to you know, for the most part. But if I had to say for my preference when it comes to music, Spotify is my favorite. I like using Spotify. I think Spotify is pretty straightforward. I like how everything is laid out. I can listen to podcasts on there. I can listen to music. I can do all that. So at the end of the day, I choose a platform that I want to do the thing on. You know, I think that's all there needs to be. Just have one platform with everything. Just dump everything on it, and every platform has everything, and let it just be down to the features. And you know, people who have Google will use the Google one. People who have Apple will use the Apple one. People who don't have either of those.
Talking also about features or services, if you will. I was thinking about one thing, or maybe as you say, Al, we should go back to puppet shows, pretending that it's in TV. Maybe even less expensive for sure. No, I was thinking about something that kind of occurred just weeks ago, since there were like playoffs here in Sweden regarding the highest league when it comes to ice hockey. You know, I'm interested. My home team is doing well every year and everything, like top 5-ish, whatever.
As they should.
And they were in the playoffs, and I don't have like a specific. I mean, here in our family, we kind of let go of the like normal TV packages through a provider quite some years ago. We only stream, and we only been doing that. And I haven't regret that at all. That has also saved us some money, to be honest, to not use like cable TV. But the thing is, a few years ago, I could still like buy these kind of pay-per-view things, you know. I think Seymour had something like that. Then they aren't Seymour anymore. It became like Viasat and whatever have you. And now it's all, as we have been talking about regarding everything, it's subscription.
Yeah. Everything's a subscription.
So yeah, sure, you can watch, but then you have to start a monthly subscription. I don't want a monthly subscription.
I just want to watch the thing.
I just want to watch the matches. Like, it will take just a couple of weeks. No, not even that. 2 weeks or something. Best out of 7, and they play every other day, and then it's over. So, hello, I could do that. I remember I did that like 6 years ago, and just I don't know. I think maybe it was through Seymour. Paid maybe 100 like quid for one match, you know, something like that, or whatever. It was worth it, you know.
Yeah,
I can't do that anymore.
Can't. They've ruined it.
That's what I'm saying. It's not for the customer anymore.
No,
it's just the way they can make you pay for a subscription. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, there's greed.
Screw them.
Screw them indeed. Definitely too much greed. So that's my complaint. That's my complaint of the week.
It's a good complaint. It's a fair, a justified complaint, I would say. Totally understand. I'm on your side, 100%. Let's fight.
That's it. That being said, week-wise, it's good weather. You can see light coming in. So actually, those of you watching and not accustomed to, like, you're accustomed to the light above me shining down on me and so forth, you can see more shadows in my face. It's because it's still bright outside and I don't really want to close up my windows just yet.
The light of the nature coming in through Savigno.
Natural light. This is natural light.
Beautiful.
So it's still it's been bright outdoors. It's been sunny. I think for this week, if I were to look at the weather for this week, let me just give you guys a rundown. So far, it's opening up. Tomorrow's gonna be 27 degrees. Today was 26. Friday's gonna be 24. Saturday's 20.
Really?
Yeah. Sunday's gonna go back down. It's gonna be 18 degrees on Sunday, partially cloudy. Which
now that's look at those gaps. Yeah.
It's gonna be 18 on Monday, then 16, 17, 19, 19, and so forth. So we've been having a really nice week. So I think for this coming weekend, I want to get out. I think if I can go cycling, maybe maybe even tomorrow. 27 is gonna be the highest. It's no clouds. It's just gonna be sunny. I'm thinking if I can get some cycling done. Even though my bike isn't in good shape right now, I think it would be nice to just get out there and,
of course,
feel the wind in my hair.
But you've had even like that's summer temperatures, to be honest.
Yes,
like popping up. That's kind of interesting. We haven't gone up that far. I think today it was 17 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's good, but still, I have to say, a few days ago, I think we had less, maybe 15, 16. But the wind, we talk about the wind sometimes, you and me. The wind was warm, so that was nice. But today, me and Isaac went to the gym and we took the walk, and even though it was like 17 degrees, I felt like, when the wind is going on, or you get the wind in your face, it wasn't those warm breezes. It was actually colder. Yeah, even though the temperature is 17 whatever. But no, now we're not going to get those kind of temperatures. It looks like it's going to be okay weather, but not
I'm looking at your weather right now. It's saying for Stockholm you're getting 14 degrees, 16, 14, 8 on Sunday. It's going to rain.
8 on Sunday. Oh
yeah, 9 on Monday, 9 on Tuesday. It's going to start getting warm again by Wednesday. By Friday it's going to be 15. So a little bit colder in Stockholm than here in the UK.
That's expected, especially compared to further down in Europe. It is like that. It takes some time. I mean, it's the first, which is kind of crazy too. April, just poof, it's gone.
Gone with me.
First of May tomorrow.
Wow. What a year. It's flying by really quickly and so forth. But other than that, it's been a week. I can't say that anything out of the ordinary happened. Other than meeting up with my siblings, I think I went for a walk with my sister-in-law as well. We just went to university and we just took a walk together and just chatted, about life and family.
That's
and
nice.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do. We meet up, and I think for me, it's really important to spend time with family. Like being able to sit and just take a walk and stuff like that. Like I think one of my best memories with for example, like with my wife, is there was one day that I don't know if she remembers this, but I remember. There was one day I think she wasn't feeling well and we came back home. I think we went to the hospital and we just went out in the back and put out 2 chairs and she was hungry. So I took out some food for her and we just sat there with books and we were just chatting. To me, that is fun. I like that. I like doing this sort of stuff and just chilling.
Yeah, but that's quality. That's, I totally understand why you say that.
It's good stuff.
But it's a, of course, it depends on what kind of person you are. But we can also say, I mean, we are a bit older now. So we like to, experience in a bit of a slower pace and also like together with the people that we're close to. I think it becomes a different thing when we do get a bit older, I guess.
I think I wouldn't even say we're older. We're just more mature, like good wine. When you get
true.
When you have a 30-year-old bottle of wine or something, it's like, oh my God, it's so fancy and quality. That's us. That's us right now. We are really good wine. To be in our presence, is you should feel welcome.
But you see, it's appreciated by Alex because made a garden table for us with the food. Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah,
romantic.
It was cool. It was cool. We went for a walk in Poland as well, walking around. But I wouldn't lie, that walk in Poland for her and me was completely different. I think we had different experiences because we were walking. She had no idea where she was. I knew the neighborhood more than she did, even though I'm not Polish, and we visited her dad. But also at the same time, I didn't want to go too far because I didn't want us to end up somewhere where because she didn't know the area, I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah.
what kind of people would be in the area. So I was like, let's just stay close enough that we can come back to the house because I don't know what else is. Sometimes you walk into an area and you walk into a part of an area that you're not supposed to be in. So
Sure.
I was just like, look, you know what? Let me keep near enough where we can get back. And but it was a nice walk, nice enough. We chatted for a bit as well. So
Mm.
yeah, good walks, good family time. That kind of stuff is good. I have no special awareness. Yeah, she has no spatial awareness. She gets lost all the time. Like,
Okay, well, that's yeah. Again, it's very different between people.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I think I can. I'm not sure if it's a combination of who I am or if it's also the fact that, as you know, I had a period of time when I did travel a lot and came to different places, and I just had to navigate. I had
mm-hmm.
to remember, oh, the hotel is there, we're going over there, and then the concert hall is okay. So I kind of learned pretty fast, but and it has also worked regarding with the family. But at the same time, I have two sons that kind of take care of this now. I don't have to think so much.
He's just like,
They're like,
look,
yeah, we're going there. Okay, fair enough.
lead the way,
It,
lads.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have taught you enough.
It's gotta be. It's okay. It's okay. It's definitely okay. Yeah, I do think I'm not saying that Annalie has a bad awareness. I don't think she has, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe I have even one notch sharper when it comes, especially in a city like that. Then I have certain tricks to remember also, where we have been going. And sometimes I look back and like memorize
Mm-hmm.
how it looks, the street or something. I can see the church in the background. Okay, that's a landmark, blah, 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 things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
From my time with you guys walking around Stockholm, Annalie wanders off. So when we're
You see?
walking, she'll be there for 1 second, you turn, and then she's popped into somewhere, and you turn around,
Yep.
and then because when I was there, she pulled me along with her. She was like, "Come in, let's check out this place because like I think we could find something that your wife would like," and we just disappeared, and you and Adam and Isaac were just. She didn't even say anything. She was like, "Let's go." There was no
Yeah.
coming.
Bro, that is the thing, and that's typical Annalie in that sense, because and it doesn't really have to. That's not like awareness. That's more of a thing, and it happened just very recently. I think last weekend as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the frack? Where is she? Yeah, I gotta talk about that soon. By the way, yeah, okay, so yeah.
You can get into it. You can get into it. Definitely. Let's hear
uh,
it.
yeah, but yeah, I also Do you want to? Are there more
There's
things
not
you want to say about your
honestly.
week, or should I?
There's nothing really eventful that I can
Yeah,
see
yeah, yeah.
that I can remember at least that
Sure,
happened
sure,
this
sure.
week that I was just thinking like, wow, this is something I really really want to get into. Other than the spending time with my
Yeah,
siblings
it's fine.
and stuff, it's just been more or less mundane. So yeah, you can get into it,
Cool.
man. Definitely. Let's hear
Yeah, it
it.
was let me think now. When was this? Once a year here in Stockholm, it's like a night or evening, if you
Mhm,
will, afternoon, evening, even night of culture,
mhm,
where some of the institutions opens up, like the opera, the concert hall, museums,
mhm,
some other special events going on, and
mhm,
it's a way to invite people to check out the activity, and especially people that maybe normally wouldn't go to these
mhm,
events, or these venues. So what we did is, yeah, we went into the city and we walked around. It was quite nice weather, but the wind was shit. I hate wind when it's like that cold and like. But anywho, we went to the which it's interesting now, Q, because since I've been away from the performance thing when it comes to music, especially the classical
mhm,
music scene and everything
mhm,
that I was so involved with, like before. Uh, and getting into the concert hall, I have so many memories there. That
mhm,
was, I played with the Philharmonics there as a
mhm,
young, student already, and I played with Chromata there. And we listened to a really nice concert with a good choir,
mhm,
really, really good choir, which is called Erik Eriksson's Kammarkör, chamber choir. So that was nice. And then, go out and walk over to the opera.
mhm.
And as I've told you, I've been there as well. I've been working there. I played with the opera orchestra back and forth a bit for a year or two. And so the nice thing there was that it was parts of some young dancers from the Royal Ballet.
Mm-hmm.
As it is in many opera houses, they have a ballet, and
Mm-hmm.
many of the dancers are often a mix of people from different countries
Mm-hmm.
and cultures and whatnot. Because it's like the creme de la creme, like the best, really good dancers. And it was nicely done because they had like 5 short pieces. Like each dancer had made their own choreography,
Mm-hmm.
for this occasion. So that was fun. So we had a good thing going on there. We had to stand in line for quite some time
Mm-hmm.
outdoors there, but it was a lot of people, but beautiful. And then we went out, and was an Anneli moment because I was checking, since I know, I was like looking behind. Oh, she's there, good. So usually, what I do is I tend to go behind her,
Mm-hmm.
so I can see where where she's going instead of the opposite around, because I can track. I can track if I need to. So me and Isaac came out, and we were and we were about. It was quite a lot of people. We were about to cross. Well, we were not too far away. You and I also, or the Royal Castle, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very
Yeah.
close to the opera. It's just a bridge between, the
Mm-hmm.
water over there,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. So we just went over that bridge, and then hold on a second. I just got this feel. I looked back, and she was not there. She was not there. She did something, probably fixed something with her jacket, and she had a program that she was checking out and everything. And I was like, dude, I mean, if we're going in front of you, could you please follow us? Or you can tell us to wait. Huh?
I
So,
think the
yeah,
thing is
it was an Annalie
the
moment.
the thing and it's one of the things I like about Annie as well, because I tell stories about like when we go
Yeah,
for
now you
walks
see her, now you
and
don't.
stuff. It's one of the things, like she seems to march at the own beat of her own drum. It's like she does her own thing. Like when we went to walks in the
Yeah,
woods, she just had her basket and she was off getting grapes. Like she was
yeah, yeah,
there and she would pop over here and she'd be there and we're just walking, you know.
yeah.
And that's the
Mm.
thing. That's the thing is, like she just seems to do her own thing. She's there with you,
Yeah, she
but
it's nice. I mean, she's very independent, and of course she cares, but she just sometimes, I don't know, she just wonders about,
Mm,
So, but it was a nice evening. By the
yeah.
way, talking as you said, when it comes to like quality time, also
Mm-hmm.
with, well, not the whole family. Adam was doing stuff with his
Weekend.
friends the same
Oh.
evening. So yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But even, yeah, good, nice experience. But other than that, it's been quite a full week and
Mm-hmm.
fun stuff. We did rehearse with a band on Sunday. Finally getting some rehearsals again together. That was really nice. As you said also, well, the weather has been quite good. That kind
Mm-hmm.
of helped, with the energy and the mood, everything.
Mm-hmm.
I got paid royalties for the first time now when it
Ooh.
comes to my music being played, different places and such. I think it was the quarter of more or less 2024, at least
Mm-hmm.
the last quarter 4. It kind of comes quarter wise,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing with royalties. It takes some time, like a
Yeah.
year before, but anyhow, I've done some backtracking now. When I have this service where I can see where some of my music has been used, and it's quite fun to see,
Mm-hmm.
like one piece that I made, like a horror music piece, was used in an amateur like horror movie trailer.
Wow.
Yeah, and what else? Yeah, some of the percussion music I made, like this African tribal percussion music,
Mm-hmm.
has been doing quite well. It has been used in Asia in different dance performances, and
Mm.
also fashion shows, actually. In Jakarta, Polynesia, for example, I saw, quite big place, like, proper runway and
Mm-hmm.
models and shit. Um,
That is
cool.
that is so
Yeah,
cool to know that something that
yeah,
you created at home, or
yeah.
or in your
That's
studio
here where
has
I'm sitting,
been
just to my left.
used every
You know?
all over the place. That's cool. That is the
Yeah.
coolest thing ever. I think
Mm.
it must be similar, not the same, but similar to like being a YouTuber and putting out a YouTube video and someone finding your video, finding your video and thinking, hey, this has been very helpful, or I enjoy this, and they're, or I'm in this country across the world. I'm in Greenland watching this, and this is cool. So yeah, I think to a certain extent it must be similar but different, because obviously there's the whole YouTube side of things is like the interaction is there, whereas with this one it's like the music has been created and it's been taken and used, and you're not a part of how it's been used. You just happen to know that they've used it. So that's interesting. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very fascinating. I have some odd things also when it can also be, there's a lot of shorts that it's one song especially, like a kind of corporate pop song with a quite catchy hook, if you will, that has been a bit viral. It's been used in so many videos.
Oh, wow.
And it's everything from like what is it called, the guys that are showing houses like for people to buy or rent,
but retail, no, realtors they call them, I think. I think that's what they call in the US.
So it could be something like that. But the weirdest thing is one of the, it was also in Asia somewhere. A woman, I can say this, a woman giving birth, and when the baby came out, my song started.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, good.
Perfect usage for it.
As you say also, Alex, it's nice when you see where the time's going with countries and stuff like that. And also, again, that the band is now starting to do its thing again. We're gonna start to play a bit more as well. But yeah, so it's very like sometimes a bit unexpected. I can probably say this also in the I haven't told you. There was also, as I said, I've done a few like horror music cues as well, and one of those pieces were actually used by some Satanists in a video. They had a ritual, and they used
your music for their ritual. Wow, interesting.
I'm like, yeah, interesting. That's the word. That's the word. I was like.
Yeah.
And I watched a bit until a guy took out a chicken and had a knife. Then
you're just like, okay.
I didn't watch any.
Wow. Are there any clauses where you can choose what your music is used for, or is it just
yes?
So you do have clauses. So like, let's say for example, you had a clause like, okay, I don't want my music used for adult movies or something like that. You could do that.
Exactly. Yeah. Those are ticked. maybe that's a bad thing, because maybe I would.
You would have made more money. Maybe you should have said adult movies, no Satanists.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But, it's you see, you get very like, oopsie daisy. But,
must be some interested stuff.
Yeah, indeed. The mix. I wanted to kind of just show or tell you how spread out it is. But anywho, whatever. So the week has been good. I must say, quite pleasant, and also looking forward to the day tomorrow. I hope we can do something with the family. We're going to check out with Adam too, regarding quality time and just hanging out a bit. Hope so.
Should be good just to meet up and do some family things. I think
you would have bad dreams after seeing that, Alex. I can understand that, but yeah.
Alex is a coward. I took her to a movie and she was like, "You gotta sleep in bed tonight because I'm gonna be afraid."
Yeah, you see.
Yeah, she's a bit of a scaredy puss. She can't see. She's not good with horror movies, and the movie that we saw this week was a bit of a tame horror.
But you guys still have to see The Substance together when it comes to Demi Moore.
She's gonna be a coward about it.
No. You guys can handle it.
I can handle it. I'm not.
Most likely.
I'm not afraid of horror movies.
Scary either. It's kind of fascinating, I would say.
Interesting.
So highly recommend it.
Interesting.
And then I have to think, where is it when it comes to, since you and I started to talk about the streaming platforms and everything. could it be on? Is it on Amazon Prime? Well,
So
I can
many
check
different
that later.
platforms. So many different platforms. I'm trying to change the gameplay footage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I just realized the footage
How come?
that's the footage that we have there that was the same footage we were using last week. So I was like, wait a
Oh,
minute.
okay.
I was like, let me update this so it's not the
Yeah.
same footage from last week. But
What I should have done, which you got to remind me when you can. I did stream the game. I'm going to talk about, so I could have sent some gameplay.
yeah. I got to remind you about that. You know, it comes in
Yeah.
handy when we have some new
Yeah,
footage.
exactly. It can help out, you know. And,
Yeah.
yeah. So you don't have to feel that.
The urge. I'm gonna put some old footage of an old game, but old gameplay. But
Okay. Oh, you want to go and watch Until Dawn with your oldest son? Yeah.
You know what?
Sounds like a good idea.
You know what? She's always trying to find time with him, like as if he's like as if she's his favorite. I'm his favorite, right? He wants to hang out with me. she's just.
It started out like I was like, yeah, okay, I'm this and that.
Know your role, woman.
Yeah. Yo,
What's going on, Nalu?
Hi, Nalu.
Welcome to the chat, Nalu. Yeah. Welcome. Raj, do we have anything else we want to chat about the week, or should we jump into some
No, we
Tele?
just be talking about our weeks and mostly positive things and all that beautiful jazz and stuff. So I think let's talk about.
Talk about some Tele. Let's go straight into So essentially, what I watched this week. So Alex and I went to the cinema, right? And I'm just gonna pull up the show because I always forget details. So, we went to the cinema to watch a film that I have wanted to see. I've been seeing posters about it all over town and everything, and I'm like, oh, I really want to see this movie because of the fact one of my favorite actors is acting in it, which is Michael B. Jordan. Right? I think Michael B. Jordan is cool. After he acted as Killmonger in Black Panther, I thought he played that role really well, and then I've seen him in a few other stuff as well.
I agree.
And I think he's just a really good actor. A few of the films that he's been in that have been cool, Creed, he was great in.
Have you seen Creed, by the way? No. Like Creed 3, I think it's.
I have all the Creed movies downloaded and I haven't watched them yet. It's on a watch list to watch.
I haven't either. That's why I'm asking. I haven't said to myself, but yeah.
I haven't. I've got the Creed comic books as well.
Okay.
I've proper invested into Creed. I just haven't watched it because.
Bro, I didn't know that the first Creed was already made back in 2015.
It's so old now.
The second one, 2018, and then 2023 when it comes to Creed 3. Wow.
Yeah.
It's old too. It's 10 years old, the first one.
It's like wine. It's so good. But B. Jordan, he's been playing. He's really stepped up as an actor. He's been in a lot more interesting roles. My first film I think I saw him in was a film called That Awkward Moment, a romantic comedy. And I enjoyed that movie. It's one of my favorite movies. But that's the first time I've seen him, I think, in movies. And then I've started seeing him more and more in stuff now. And so when I saw that he was listed as, he's on the poster, I'm seeing his picture everywhere around town, I was like, oh, I want to see this movie. So we went and saw Sinners, me and the missus.
Okay.
Sinners it's an 8.2 on IMDb, right?
Yeah.
And
is it labeled like kind of adventure horror or something like that? Like a mix of.
It's labeled paranoid drama, supernatural horror, vampire horror, action drama, horror, thriller. Right? That's what it's labeled. But here's the thing: it should be labeled musical. It should be labeled musical. Of all of the things, this movie is definitely about the music. It is.
I didn't know that.
The best part of this movie, for me personally, watching this film, the best part of it was the music. Like the music they did in this film was so good. It was just you had so many moments where it was just like there are moments like there's one scene where B. Jordan is in a car and he's with another guy and the other guy starts playing a guitar. And the way they've mixed the music starts playing and everything, the way it's mixed in with the speakers in the cinema and the way everything sounded. I was sitting like this. I'm in the theaters and my leg is crossed like this, I'm just like crossed legs and I'm just like, and the music starts playing, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
whew, I'm feeling the chills, man. I start thumping my feet.
Oh.
I look at
really?
Alex, she's next to me. I'm like, whew, man. I put the feet down. I'm like, ooh, music hitting me, and it's there's a lot of it's older music, but there's a mix of modern and old, and it's like a mixture of like what you would consider to be like southern sort of American style music from 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 the days of for example just like Jim Crow days, because the movie is set during the sort of Jim Crow era in the United States. And so the music that people would have played then, so Jim Crow, for those who don't know, is like, this is like after slavery, but in the south of the US, where bad stuff was still happening to black people in the US. And you have these two brothers. So Michael B. Jordan plays two characters in the film. He plays two brothers, and the relationship between these brothers, it's so believable, right? That they are brothers, that to the point where you don't see them as the same guy. It's not B. Jordan playing both guys. These are two different guys. He's just he did such a good job acting as two different guys, and that was amazing. The fact that he pulled that off, so cool, amazing. The movie is it is one of those films where, for me personally, the night when I watched it, I think it has grown a bit more on me. I think just after leaving the theaters, I think I felt a bit less attachment to the film, specifically because of one thing. There's one thing that happens in that film that's associated to that film that didn't take to me, and that's there's like, I think 80% into the movie, there's some really crap CGI, and I'm just like, ugh.
Oh, really? Okay.
It took me out. Like, there's something that happens, the way they do the CGI in one scene. It's just like, really, dude? Like, because the rest of it is perfect. The lighting is perfect. The acting is perfect. It's sort of got a bit of comedy to it as well. But then also it is chilly. There are a few jump scares in there. There's a few moments where people in the theater are like, oh no, don't go out there, no, you're gonna get it, oh, the horrors. So it's really, really an interesting film. So essentially the film is about these two brothers who come back to their hometown and decide they want to open a music joint where people could come and dance and listen to music and so forth and make some money. Right, and these two brothers, they're kind of like they're bad boys, they've committed some their share of crimes and so forth. So everyone in the town knows them. The two brothers are, it's Smoke and what's the other brother's name? Smoke and I'm trying to remember his name.
Names, dude. Yeah.
Smoke and I'm trying to remember his name. Stack. Smoke and Stack. Right.
Oh. Okay.
And Smoke and Stack. So Stack he's the smart talking brother. He's the one that's like, look, let me tell you something, right? I can get you like 5 cars like this. Super cool. Now you see this controller here? This controller was played by Willie Nelson, man. This is Willie Nelson's controller. Amazing controller. And you know what? After Willie Nelson had this controller, right? This controller was also used by Michael Jackson. And now you may think, because
that kind of guy.
Michael, you thinking PlayStation 5 didn't come out of then, but listen to me. This controller, right? The plastic from this controller was used for something that Michael Jackson owned, and then they turned it into this controller. Believe me, right? That's Stack. He's smooth talking. So B. Jordan is playing this guy as like Stack, and then you have Smoke, who's like the military guy. He's militant. He's just like he doesn't deal with nonsense. He's just sort of like, he walks in a room and someone does something and he's like, look, you stay there, you do this thing and that and so forth. And someone steps online and he doesn't care. He pulls a gun and he's like, look, you keep talking, this is the end of you, and pow. He's quick, he's smooth. Smoke is he's the meanest, coolest guy ever. But the thing is with Smoke, he's got a heart of gold. So even though he's so cold and he will take out someone in a heartbeat with no ifs, ands, or buts about it, he has a heart of gold. Like, the guy cares, and there's a scene in the movie where like he shoots someone in the foot, and then he like in the back he kind of like pays someone to like, look, here's what, take care of his injuries. But his image is important. He's like, look, people must fear me. They must be scared when I walk around this town.
Yeah, right.
But I don't want to see the guy die. Let's patch him up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. But that's the characters that he plays, and there's a lot of other characters in the film as well, but played by different actors and actresses in there. You have let me see. Are there any that I recognize? No, I don't. Other than B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld. I know her. I know Haley Steinfeld. I've seen her. She was in.
Are you looking at the casting or
the cast? Haley Steinfeld was the voice for Gwen from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was also in Bumblebee. She was also in the Marvels, in Arcane. She was in Disney What If. She was in Hawkeye. She's been in quite a few things. Haley Steinfeld, man. Yeah, Haley Steinfeld is she plays alongside B. Jordan in the film as one of the characters. And then you have a few others that again. Oh, I also recognize Omar Benson Miller. He's a character. An actor that I've seen in quite a few films over the years.
Yeah, I recognize a few people here. Also, Saul Williams, right?
Saul Williams. Let me see. Saul Williams.
Isn't he in the movie? Yeah.
Let me see. Saul Williams.
Jedediah.
Jedediah. Oh, so let me see have I seen him in anything before?
I've seen him in other movies for sure. I just have to think about what movies. Well, look at that now. The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, is he in The Last of Us? Is he?
I think so. I think he is in the first
season. Let me see.
I'm pretty sure he is.
I'm seeing he's in a series called Slam.
And also, yeah, or is he?
I'm not seeing him listed in The Last of Us. I'm seeing his last film was
sorry then.
Blink Twice.
I've seen him. I've seen him in something, but I can't just.
He's been in a series called Girlfriends that I've seen, but my sister used to watch that when I was younger. But I don't know much of his films to be quite frank.
It could be me mixing him up with another guy, but
it could be.
Saw him, I would I recognize him. But
he's got a familiar looking face, but I don't think I've seen any of his work.
Could be so.
So, but anyway. This is a good thing though, in the sense like when you go into a film and you don't know most of the actors or actresses, because then you get to learn new people,
No, that's true. Sometimes it's also very beneficial for a movie. I mean, think about it. Remember back in the days when Lord of the Rings was released?
Yeah.
I mean, no one
knew those guys.
Was well known, which was a brilliant move by Peter Jackson when he cast, the movie. It was, so sometimes it's good if it's not too many, at least like famous actors or actresses, because you have a picture how they look or the role they played before, and it can sometimes feel awkward. You can't let go of the thought that he was like, so.
Yeah, it is. It's another series that was like that as well was Game of Thrones. Remember when we saw Game of Thrones when it first came out? No one knew those actors and actresses for the most part. Most of them were relatively unknown, and now they're big famous actors. Like you see any of them and oh my god, like Jon Snow.
It's true.
It's true. So yeah, I like when I get into something, I like the thing, and then I see those people in other things now, and I'm like, oh, that's the guy from this thing. So. Yeah, this is Creed. Creed. Sorry, Sinners is like that. Apparently, there's gonna be a Creed 4. I've heard of that as well. We'll see how that goes. But Sinners, a great movie, is currently ranked number 1 in the world for popularity. It's an 8.2 on IMDb. My initial score, and I said this to my wife on the night when we come back. I said my initial score was a 6.5, specifically because of that CGI. I was like, the music is a 10, and when I heard the music, I thought of you, Rog. I was like, Rog would love this soundtrack. Like the way they mix the music, the type. I don't want to spoil it. Just the music is so good. Like there's a mix of music from a lot of different places, just mixed in there. And it's so nice. It's so cool.
Well, I can say I gotta put my thing in here, because when you start to talk about the movie, I wrote. I think Alex answered me. I listened a bit to the trailer and the music. So definitely, it was as she wrote. I think Alex was correct. This is a bit like early like blues, the South, like black
Yes.
music, kind of
Mm-hmm.
where it all started in a way.
Yeah.
You know, it's familiar.
Mm-hmm.
It's done with how do you say? With the roots, so to say,
Yeah.
how it sounded, but of course with the modern touch as
Mm-hmm.
well. So yeah, I liked it. I liked it. I
Very
mean, I've always
authentic.
liked. Yeah, it's very authentic.
Mm-hmm.
It's music, as I sometimes say. So it's
Yeah,
you know.
you have scenes where people are singing and they're singing sort of like a cappella. Like there's one actor in the film when he starts singing, his voice is so good, like his singing
Mm,
voice. It's like you get chills. It's like wow,
yeah. Oh, that's nice.
it's so good when you
Good.
like sometimes you hear a singer, male or female, and you hear them and like sometimes they're just talking and you're like okay that's that person's voice, and then they just start singing and it's like what.
Yeah. Yeah, it can totally change
it
almost.
it changes a lot in the film for that. So for me, when I initially saw it, I said to my wife 6.5 because of that crap CGI I saw in that one
True
scene.
that. As
In
she
that,
said, oh, Georgia, Louisiana. I was thinking the same. Sorry, I'm reading the chat, but as
yeah,
Alex saying, the old Haitian American blues. Yep,
yeah,
yep, yep.
that's the
Definitely.
stuff. That's the stuff. So
Mm,
I would say in um acting for B Jordan is a 10. I think he plays the role of his characters perfectly. You believe them. Um, I think the rest of the cast easily, almost everyone in the cast is a 10. Almost everyone. There
yeah, yeah.
is just there's one scene, and I don't want to spoil it, but there's one scene later in the film, probably 80% of the film, where there's some really crap CGI and it ruins the film. It ruins that moment for me. But if you can look around it, this movie is at least, let's say, like close to 9 or something. My final score after seeing it and thinking about it, I'll give it the 8. I'll give it the 8. I'll say it's
Mm.
very much worth watching. But yeah, there's that one CGI scene. I don't know. Maybe other people don't see. Alex didn't see the problem
Well,
with the
but
CGI film. She liked it.
yeah.
She was like, I don't see what you see. But when I saw that CGI, I was like, brother, you.
Mm,
Nah, don't do that. Don't do me that. Like, especially because everything else was so authentic. Like everything else in the film, when they and I'll place it this way: it has to do with the supernatural side of it. So when they did the CGI for the supernatural stuff, that's when it's like, ugh. Not all of it, just one scene. The rest of it was
mm.
fine. Just one scene. When that happens, it's like, ugh. The rest of it, the rest of it gives you chills. The rest of it is like when you see it's like, and I think with a film like this, they should not have done any CGI. They should have just stuck to like costumes and makeup and all that kind of stuff. Because everything else they do with the costumes and the makeup is perfect. It is just that stupid CGI for that one scene that's dumb and they shouldn't have done it because it looked lame and ruined it. But it's an 8 for me. Sinners is good. Go see it if you haven't seen it yet. I think it's worth going to the theaters for. It's a Ryan Coogler movie. What else has Ryan Coogler directed? He's done. See what he's behind Black Panther. He did Creed. Oh, all right, cool. He's the director of Creed and Black Panther.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
That's where I know him from. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'd recommend going to see Sinners. I think it's a cool movie. I think most of you will like it. I think Rod specifically will like it because of the music, because I think the music is awesome. But yeah, Sinners is a worthy watch if you haven't seen it yet.
Good. Sounds good, man.
So yeah.
All right, beautiful. Should I step in here and talk about what I have been watching maybe?
Of course, let's hear it.
Add a bit of excitement here as well when it comes to a big like poster.
Another
series,
poster.
I would say.
Another one.
For sure. Yeah. But definitely something that is really popular. And the interesting thing, this series is not only popular among people that know about the series or maybe have even played the games, but also even like the guitarist that I'm playing together with in the band, he's very picky and he doesn't really, he's not a gamer per se either, but he really likes this series. I think it says something. I'm talking of course about The Last of Us, and especially now season 2. well, it's on Max. We're watching it on Max, and when I say we, it's the whole family, definitely. Well, I think Adam is watching too, but yeah, he doesn't
He's
live here,
watching it at
so
home.
yeah, whatever he's doing. But anywho, season 2 has started, and I played both games, and I knew what was about to happen here quite early on in season 2, and I'm not going to spoil, but it's quite a big thing that happens in the series, and so far I think everything has been really, really well made overall when it comes to The Last of Us. I bought like the whole package of the casting, and I think the way they have been carrying the storyline, because it's not always easy to transfer over like from a book, or in this case a game even. There's a lot of video games that nowadays has been also filmed, if you will, but they haven't really been succeeding that well all the time. But The Last of Us is an exception for sure. It's really, really good. And I'm already looking forward to the next episode. So with that said, I just, if you have the opportunity, again, we talked about different streaming platforms in the beginning. We happen to have Max now at the moment, so we can watch it. It's definitely worth it. This is, I would say, it's almost for me one of those must-watch series, like Breaking Bad was some years ago. You know, it's that good. It has an 8.7 on IMDb, and it's definitely up there. It's close to around a 9 for me, definitely. And it's one thing though that I can partly understand. You know how it is when people have a very special relationship to a in this case a game. You spend so much time, hours playing a game, watching the characters and the look of the characters, and there is quite some, I should say hate, but a lot of dislike when it comes to the casting regarding Ellie, which is Bella Ramsey in the series. And I have to say, I feel a bit sad to read these things, because for me personally, two things. One, I don't care so much about the look. That's not the most important thing to me. Sure, she doesn't look as much as Ellie in the game. She's not as cute as Ellie in the game. But I do think she does a good job as Ellie in the series regarding her actress's skills.
Yeah.
So for me, that's fine. But you know how internet is. It's quite harsh and mean even. And I've seen a lot of memes and whatnot that are really
I've seen some myself. I've seen some.
I don't like that. I really don't.
Especially, I think. I think. Sorry to cut you off, but especially, I think, like for example, like with her, for me, I fell in love with her when we watched Game of Thrones. I thought she was really good in her role in Game of Thrones as well. And to see that she landed the role in The Last of Us, initially I had the similar, sort of feeling like, oh, she doesn't really look like a character. But then she played the role really well, and I was like, okay, great. I'm happy. I'm really happy with the way she plays the role and so forth. And this is not even, when you consider it as well, it's a fictional character from a game that that has been turned into a movie, and you probably won't get the best person to look exactly like the characters most of the time. But if you can get someone that plays the role really well, that acts really well, that can portray that character really well, I don't see why people can get so mean. And even if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. That's the other thing as well. You don't have to be mean about something as well. You know, sometimes saying nothing is enough, you know, in that sense, because we've got so much media to consume, so much of it. You really don't have any reason to sort of hate on it, especially because of the fact the series doesn't take away from the games. So if you enjoyed the games, if the series isn't to your liking, you still have the games. You still have those amazing games. It's like when I've seen the Harry Potter movies, as a Harry Potter fan, reading the books, the movies leave out stuff that is in the books, and to me, it's like, it's not what it's not the same as in the books, you know. Or like, for example, now when you watch One Piece, the live action on Netflix, it's not the same as the manga. But do I hate those things for existing? No, because those things bring more people into the thing that I like. There's more people that will potentially check out One Piece the manga, more people who read Harry Potter the novels, and the same way with with this Last of Us series, there are more people who are more likely to go out there and play the games. And
true.
As a fan of the games, that's all you should worry about. You should think, hey, you know what? I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, Alex and I watched season 1. I can't wait to see season 2. So screw everyone who doesn't like it. Like, no offense or anything like that, but at the end of the day, if you don't like it, that's up to you. That is a you thing. But if Rog gives you the seal of approval that season 2 is good, I'm ready. I'm good to go.
Well, it has to be said, though. This is important. I'm going to also answer the chat a bit when it comes to season 2 or the series overall. First off, as you say there, Nalu, you're laughing at the non-gamers' reaction to season 2. Yeah, maybe so. The thing, though, is that I see that you disagree when it comes. You think that the first season is the best and the second is not good. I can agree upon to a certain extent as well. But I like season 2 so far. But I have to say, I have not yet finished season 2. Here it's at least I watched is it 2 or 3 episodes? So I'm like not even halfway through, I guess, ish, something like that. So I can't really say like yet 100% what I will think when the whole season is over. But I mean, it's kind of following still quite true to the you know how they have to do it. They have to cut certain things or shorten certain things that you might play or take longer time in the game or whatnot. It has to be like that. It's when you do movie, following a book, you can't cover everything.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. And Nalu, when we speak about critique, me, I will critique almost anything. I will critique my missus's lunch that she cooked me. Like she made a really nice lunch with some fish and this rice quinoa looking thing and all that kind of stuff. I just wish it had some sweet chili sauce. That would have been peak. Would have put it over the moon. Yeah. But you know what? It was still delicious. You see, I could critique anything, but the fact of the matter,
that's true. And again, it's not everyone's cup of tea. As I said, I'm gonna come back also say what I think about the whole season when I watched it. And again, it's the same as with games. I mean, we have different tastes and everything. Of course, for me, the first game was the best. It's usually like that. I think actually it's a kind of a skilled thing if a filmmaker or even a game developer studio can make a hit, like a really like good follow-up that it at least is good, because it's so hard to follow up something that has been a huge success. It's the demands or the standard set and everything is so high that it's a lot of people will it's going to be so hyped. So
I think when it comes to those games, like those PlayStation games, the ones that have done it, the Uncharted games, Uncharted 1, 2, 3, 4, I think they one up each other one after the next. I think when you look at The Last of Us, you look at Spider-Man 2, Last of Us 2, I think they were seen as not better than the first ones. And you can see it in the sales as well. Like The Last of Us 2 is cheaper than The Last of Us 1 on like Steam. So when it launched on Steam, The Last of Us 2 is I think it's like $39.99 at the Steam price, and The Last of Us 1 is like $50. So it's like this one is worth more. People want this one more, which is true. And The Last of Us 1 I think is a masterpiece. I think the first Last of Us game is such a masterpiece because in the first game you play a story between this father and this daughter, this surrogate father and the surrogate daughter coming together, and that beauty of that relationship forming and all that kind of stuff. And I think part 2 has a different story, a different sort of cast and everything like that. And you no longer have that sort of like buddy cop kind of thing going on with like Ellie and Joel. And, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I didn't play Last of Us Part 2. I played Part 1. And I think Part 1 was awesome. And
it is for sure. If you're gonna choose one game, that's the one you're gonna play for sure. Yeah. And as you say now, there's a lot of sayings about the characters again. Also, this is what I mean. It's gonna be controversial because there's always gonna be opinions, and that's fine. The only thing that I was really referring to is again what I say when it becomes like a hate thing on the net when it comes to how someone looks or something like that, and you try to I don't know, that's the only thing I feel that's like, okay, stop it right there. It's not okay.
Those are terrible headphones, Rog. I don't like the way they look on your head. You know what? I hate your headphones now, and we'll never be able to talk again.
Me too. But I'm taking them off right now. No, but that's the thing. But that's that. I think we should move on because time
is flying.
Again, I gotta come back later down the line because next week I will probably talk about, since as I told you, Aiden Adam, my oldest son, is now having Disney Plus, so we can watch Andor, the new season, which is interesting, and also some Daredevil new season. So we'll talk about that later down the line.
We shall have conversations. Interesting. Gaming. I've not got much to say other than the fact that I have been playing eFootball, and I have been playing it on my Steam Deck. And because I think I told you guys last week, it has crossplay now, and I like crossplay because crossplay is crossplay. So Nalu, if you are advertising buying things on PlayStation 5, don't buy stuff on the censor box, mate. Buy it on the PC, Master Race, where it's all great. It's cheaper. Anyway, that being said, what was I? Yeah, I've just been playing eFootball with my brothers, and it's sort of like it's sort of this thing. Like I was talking to one of my brothers, like I think was it yesterday or something. And we were just talking about how we need to schedule time to hang out. Like we need to lock in some time, because a lot of times we're like, hey, you on? Oh man, I'm sorry, man, I gotta do something with the kids. Oh, you on? Oh, sorry, me and the missus watching something, and so forth. Like we were like, we need to schedule time in, bros, so that we could just chill. Because like when we hang out, we have such beautiful times. Like one night we were on, and me and my brother Ash, we were on playing eFootball, and he was doing something, I was doing something. I was like, oh, let me just organize my team, right? I need to delete some players and move some stuff around and so forth.
Yeah, right.
I'm doing that, and then randomly, when you get these sort of like random airworms where you start humming or singing a song that is just like, and I just start singing this song, and it's a song from what's her name again? J-Lo? What's J-Lo's full name? Jennifer Lopez.
Okay. Is it like the one of the older songs?
It's an older song. Yeah, it's an older song.
Is the Jennifer on the Block kind of song, or no?
No, I think it's something else. Not Jenny on the Block. It is. Ooh, I'm trying to, because I played it on Spotify as well recently, because it after we were talking about it, I went and I listened to it on Spotify. Let me see if I have it here, if I remembered it.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm terrible with these things. Is it gonna remember Spotify? Are you gonna remember this? No. Let me see. Last search. It's not showing my last search. It's saying my most recent search is Bob Marley. That's not it. I do listen to Bob Marley, but that's not what my last search. Let's just say it was a Jennifer Lopez song that I'm not going to be able to pull up right now because it is but it's an old song, right? And I started singing it. Most people would probably know the song if they heard it, right? Most of you would probably get the song if I sang it, but I can't remember the song. But I just started singing the song randomly, right? Because it was in my head, right? And I start singing it randomly, and my brother is like, he's like, Q, are you listening to that right now? I'm like, no. It's just like, it just pops into my head, and the two of us, we start singing the song, and we're like, oots 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 and we're just like singing, and but it's the most random, and then we just burst out laughing. It's so random. But
funny.
Yeah,
social gaming moment.
Social gaming. I think the song was just coming to me there. Waiting for the Night. That's the song. Waiting for the night. Whoa, you will be here in my arms. So I just started singing that. I was just
there
like,
we go. No,
I was just sitting there editing my profile. I was like, waiting for the night. Whoa. And I go with a whole high pitch. Whoa. And my brother's just like, he's like, what the hell is going on here, Q? Like,
yeah.
So we had that moment, and then we're telling one of my other brothers, like, hey man, like, you missed out. Last night was peak. He's like, oh man, we need to schedule in time to hang out, man. Like, so here's what, let's just talk to the missus and everything like that. Cause we joke a lot with each other about stuff. It's like, one of my brothers, you'd be like, oh, cute. All right, guys, let me go talk to the missus, and see if I can get some Xbox time tonight. He'll leave for a bit. He comes back. I was like, oh yeah, you're begging the missus, isn't it? He's like, yeah, please let me play the Xbox with the lads tonight. we are always teasing each other. They tease me, I tease them. We tease each other about everything, and we are just always. It's just such a good time. We're always laughing, and I think it's very therapeutic. I think when it comes to, some people have therapists, some people have certain people and friends that they can talk to about certain things. For me, it's my bros. Like when we hop on Xbox and we're just chatting, we don't even have to be playing a game. We just jump in and we just have stupid conversations about stupid things and interesting things and important things at the same time, and it's just a good time.
That's fun.
Switch it to job. Yeah, I can't do Jilo's voice. But yeah, that's basically my gaming. It's mainly been playing eFootball with the bros and having fun, singing and chatting nonsense. Raj,
awesome.
You've been gaming in also a game that has been out for a little while.
True. Yeah.
Have you been singing in the chat, or am I doing one?
No, I was either screaming or swearing a bit. That was basically what I got a bit back into, the old kind of competitive, a bit toxic Roger sometimes. Which I've missed a bit because we talked about that. The problem nowadays also, especially if you're playing an Activision game, Call of Duty, is that you can get banned in the chat.
Really? For saying rude things? Wow.
Yeah. It's gone that far. The recent years, like maybe 2 years. Yeah. And I did play Modern Warfare 3, actually. I streamed yesterday. I played Modern Warfare 3 that was released a year ago. So the newest game is Black Ops 6, right? But I'm talking about 2023. Sorry, my bad. Black Ops 6 was released in 2024, and this year we're getting a new Call of Duty. Anywho, you know me. I had a period of time when I played a lot of COD. I played a lot. And when I say a lot, I played quite some. And I played not... but almost all the time as a sniper. And I thought I would do something a bit different here. I'm going to send you a clip from the stream yesterday, which kind of shows, a bit like, because I'm a bit rusty. I haven't been playing so much, as I said. It was quite some time I booted up this game. But if you play this with also sound, and make sure that the guys can see it from the beginning, you will see what I'm talking about. I'm giving it here. It's a Twitch clip.
Oh, you send it to me. Oh, let me see this. Let's see this. Where is it? Oh, there we go. All right, let's see if I can pop this up.
Yeah, the old MW2 old obvious. Yeah, that's the OG days, the 2009 game. Oh, God,
okay, just a second. It says
sure.
It says something about
the thing I can say is that I think the used game Black Ops 6 is not a bad game per se or anything, but I don't play them so much any longer. Just don't. I think I made a video recently talking again about the skill-based matchmaking and everything. There's quite some strong matchmaking algorithms nowadays in games. And when it comes to casual game modes, I'm not really a huge fan that they are so harsh when it comes to the settings and everything. It kind of gives players, especially if you are a bit above average, like the same experience game after game after game. You have to really, really play like your best and sweat if you're going to do well.
Not gonna lie, it's already up. It's up. I'm waiting on you. But just to add to that, when I play games online, I'll just let you guys know I'm a sweaty gamer. I'm out to win. I don't care. I'll win however I can. I'm very sweaty. Yeah. I'm sweating right now.
So go ahead and
all right, let's play this.
It off with sound and everything.
Let's go back to the beginning and hit play.
Okay, let's see.
Ooh, get it with your bad stuff. Ooh. Ooh. What just happened? Pop-up blocker. Wow. Oh.
Yes.
That's sick, Raj. That was sick.
Yeah, I had an 8. I mean, it's not like today there are kids that are spending their 10,000 hours sniping like that. So they are, of course, better than me,
Mm-hmm.
especially now, since I haven't been playing like that for a long, long time. But I pulled off an 8 streak, like just like that. Remember, though, I haven't played that much for quite some time.
Oh
Yeah.
man, remind me never to play Call of Duty again. See, wait a minute, I'll never do that because I am not good at Call of Duty.
No. But it's a thing. This is that kind of gameplay. I've talked about this before. It's like a reaction time kind of thing,
It's
and also
instinctive.
something in the spine when you just had learned how to center the targets on your
Mm-hmm.
screen. So it's it's a lot of hours before that or behind that, to be honest. But it was fun. My point was, and I just wanted to show, not just to show, oh, look how good I am, blah 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 blah. Of course, you can see that.
Yeah, just
But
tell them, Raj.
like,
Look up.
you can see that. But it's more like I had fun. That's the bottom line. I did have fun because the thing is also when you play a bit of an older game. This is again from 2023. There's a bit less like sweaty players there are still good players around, definitely, because some players have even gone back from Black Ops 6, the newest game, and play an older version, meaning this one then. So yeah, but yeah, I had fun. I think it's nice that you still can do that. You can go back and just if you feel that, well, the newest one, okay, it's not bad, but maybe not like for me 100%, then go back, play an older game. It's just that easy, you know. So, what do you say, Naldo? Yeah, first games I waste and play sloppy on purpose. Then afterwards I hit the get. Yeah, that's a good strategy. It's partly almost what I did, but it was more the fact that I was rusty. I needed to get in there. I did a smart thing though. I played a few matches before the stream, but also played with just some regular guns before. But for me, it's kind of weird. Sometimes I even play better with the sniper than having a regular gun with 36 rounds in the magazine. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, that's been my game. I have played some other stuff as well, but it's not really worth mentioning. It's worth mentioning in a way. I'm just going to say something about it. Fragpunk, this free-to-play FPS game, actually, their season 2 started just the other day, and the console release or the console version is supposed to be, I think it was released now on the 29th. So finally, quite late, even so, but finally also the console players can play Fragpunk if they want to.
Console peasants. It's all about PC Master Race. Just saying, you know.
What did I hear? Yeah.
Nothing. You didn't
you
hear
might
anything.
jump back on Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 2. Yeah, that's one of my favorite Black Ops games.
You know what? If I jumped in to Call of Duty for anyone, like if you know, I know what's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna get steamrolled, and then I'm gonna be crying. And my missus is gonna have to comfort me, and I don't need that right now. So, generally speaking,
here's the problem. Also, I like the thing as I was mentioning when it comes to the matchmaking system, right? Because the problem is, of course, if you would play with me, even though I don't have a super high rank, since I didn't really play the last 2-3 Call of Duty games that much, then it would still be a problem, right? Because it's not as it was like in the old days, when you had this mix of players, like some that are pretty new in the same lobby, that is. Some that are pretty new to the game, some that are just playing maybe 2 times a week, and then you have people that are playing like 6-7 days a week, right? But that was a mix and a variation between the different matches and the different lobbies. Nowadays, it's not like that. So if you and I would play with each other, I don't know. It would be a problem because most likely you would play in my lobbies, if that makes sense.
And I'll get steamrolled.
And that wouldn't be fair to you. So it's, I don't like when, my simple saying is this, I don't like this skill-based matchmaking and EOMM and everything, this engagement algorithms that are in play nowadays, even in casual game modes. That's my saying. I totally understand that if you have a ranked game mode, it's something else, because then you have to match people equally somewhat, and that's the whole thing. And that's also a decision you take as a player. If you want to play ranked, you go into ranked because you want to play as often and as much as possible against kind of equal or better players, right? That's the whole system with the rank. System. That makes sense.
That's essentially what I do in eFootball. I play ranked, and
Diamond Camera shotguns. Ooh, beautiful. I see what Nal is writing.
But yeah, it's essentially what I do in eFootball.
Yeah.
I play ranked. I don't play casual as much. I am, I do play casual with a group of people, but we have our own like Discord with our own table, and we're sort of
But that's
pretending
great.
it's practice. But then I also play divisions where I'm trying to get to the top division, and right now I've challenged myself to use an entire free to play team, which is my PC team, and hit Div 1, which I'm currently right now. I started in Div 7. I'm currently in Div 4. And I'm starting to meet the tougher opponents, the people who bought their teams and have all the best players and everything like that. And it's a little bit scrappy and stuff, but I'm scraping wins. And yeah, my brother is convinced I can't do it, but I'm gonna prove him wrong. I'm gonna get to Div 1 with
of course
with this team.
Of course
so
you can. It's you will make it. But that's the fun part when you have spent a lot of. As said, that's a bit something when I go back and play like this. And I get these moments that I just showed you guys that I was in quite often when I did, as said, when you train, like play a lot, I mean, yeah, you get better and you also become more consistent. I think you can feel that too when it comes to eFootball.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
you get more consistent. It's like riding the bike more often. You get, it's the same thing.
You know how to do. You know when you get like when something happens. You know how it feels. How just the right amount of pressure to press onto the joystick or the mouse click or whatever have you. It's all muscle memory. It all feels feels smooth.
And also the ability to read the game. I mean, football is very much reading the game. As my father said, it's a green field of chess. You have to remember that if you play it. But it's a bit the same when you play like. I mean. Yeah, I just showed you an arcade shooter. This is casual arcade shooting, right? But especially from the days when I play like Counter-Strike, then it becomes more like you have to take in so much more than just your own being and where you are at the moment on the map. You have to know the map. You have to know where the opponents are more or less and which route to go. And it comes so much more into play when you reach that kind of thinking and level. Like I would say awareness. Because I would say awareness is a thing that kind of because apparently I got into lobbies where some people, they weren't great players. I have to say that. But the thing is it's not like I can see that maybe they don't have that great aim. That can be one thing, but it's mostly how they move on the map that tells me immediately that's not an experienced player.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I would say for me, movement and positioning, it kind of tells me quite fast. I learn very fast how the opponents are. Who are the better ones in the opponent team? Who do I have to look out for? And where do I get the easy kills? So
it's the same with E. I think when I play E, it's the same. Like if I start playing a match against someone and they start moving their players in a certain way, I'm like, this guy's actually good. And you could tell, you're just like, yeah, he's actually. But then you have those who like, they run all the time. Like you can, the weaker players, they're usually always running. They don't take their time and pick their passes properly. And you can pick them out easily and, block their plays and adjust to them. Whereas the more skilled players, they are methodical. They take their time and you can feel it. You're just like, wow, the game feels, it's like the difference between watching Premier League football and like Championship football. It's like the game moves faster. It's like the time it takes for someone to make a decision is so quick, and you have to react just as quick, or you're gonna get steamrolled. And that's
but I understand. Yeah, it kind of correlates quite well.
Yes.
I also want to answer Nalu when it comes a question when it comes to my favorite perk across Call of Duty. There's a perk system. It differs a bit between like
game to game
Call of Duty games and the systems they have been using, but perks has always been a part. I would say when it comes to the older games, especially since I was playing so much as a sniper, Ninja was definitely one of those, trying to silence those footsteps and everything, quite sneaky in the shadows. But also, what else? Yeah, I haven't really. Maybe Ninja then.
Ninja
was a thing for me back in the days, at least. Now I can't really say like just pick one. Yeah, awareness perk with the Turtle Beach headset back in the days. You know what? I didn't know this, but they talked about like we've talked about audio in games and how important that is. And some games lack audio when it comes to also the recent card games has been quite weird when it comes to footsteps, the difference between friends or enemies' footsteps, and just the volume overall. It's like I can't hear the dude, and all of a sudden he's close to me. It's like what? Because when you play games like that, there are both like the visual aspect and also
And
the
then
audio
there's
aspect. It's
audio.
quite
Yeah.
important. But anywho, they told me that when MLG and Halo was in its prime days, like Halo 1, well, especially Halo 2, and later on Halo 3, when it comes to MLG, the early Astro headsets were forbidden. They were not allowed to use
They
them
were
when
too good.
they were too good.
Yeah, I can hear it.
So it was considered to be a cheat, more or less. I didn't know that. That's kind of interesting.
See, these are the things. Yeah. These are the things. I don't think it should be a cheat. I think you should suck for not having a good headset. Get a good headset, scrubs.
Exactly.
That's it. And I say
Get punished, you peasant.
I say that with me Astro headset on me hairs.
There we go. There we go. There we go. It has been. It's still alive through the history.
Still alive.
Yeah, I just heard that the other day. I think it was a bit funny, so I wanted to share it with you. But holy smoke, guys!
Time flies. Time flies. Yes. This is what probably our longest episode in a minute, Raj.
Yeah, it's quite long.
It's quite long indeed. I hope you guys appreciate it because we've been sitting here. I'm going to be honest with you guys. As you guys know, I try to tell you guys as much as I can honestly say. I've been holding a wee for like the whole second half of the podcast. This whole time. I drank this entire glass. It was full before we started and I finished it. And all this time.
Mine and it's full. I need to drink. Okay. Yeah.
This is how much I care about you guys. You know, I've been sitting here just clenching myself, you know, just like, we'll make it through, Q. And if I burst on the podcast and explode, you guys know it's all right. I do this for you. So,
yeah, everything is different, right? When it comes to
yeah. So, Raj, how about we?
We're gonna wrap things up.
Yeah, there's a thing we gotta do.
To the loo.
I do need to go.
Yep. Nature is calling. Guys, thank you for being here. Very much appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed, as Q said. And we're going to talk with you guys again in a week from now. We got more to share when it comes to video gaming and, of course, good tele and films and whatnot. So before that, enjoy good weather, hopefully also where you live, and a good time with friends and family and everything. So, we'll talk soon again. Stay healthy. Muffin and out.
Beautiful as always. You know what? Nalu's actually right. An hour 30 used to be what episodes used to be like, and we cut it down. So this is kind of like an old school episode.
Yeah, kind of. This
is like an old school episode first. Anyway, that being said, don't count on us doing that again next week. Let's just call this a special episode. With that, as always, you can find Rogers for his Splish Blast number 40 with SPL ASH. He streams on a Tuesday and a Sunday. That's correct, Raj?
That's correct.
You can find me at LP Gardens, LPGRDIN, Guardians.eu, pretty much everywhere else. You can also find us at Simply Binge or at Simply Binge UK, pretty much all over the place. And as always, we wouldn't like you guys to miss out on any of the episodes of That Beautiful Life podcast. Many beautiful people like you subscribe to this podcast on Castbox, Acast, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, simplybinge.com and elsewhere. And we're so confident that you're going to like it that we're giving it for free. So as always, guys, this has been cute for your pleasure. And yes, you should smash the like, as Nalu says in the chat. You should smash the like button and subscribe so you can see more of this and all the other stuff that we put out on here, which we need to start putting out more stuff on here. Yeah. Anyway, that being said, the loo is calling and I need to be going. So, Raj?
Press the button.
I can hear someone pushing my door right now. Like, oh, it's my missus taking her piss. Hola? Where you going?
Good.
Someone send you anywhere? Where are you going? I think you need something in the back. Yep. All right. See you guys in a bit. And all that kind of good stuff. I think I've ended it.